Looking for a job? Well, you're in luck. Who's hiring and how it could benefit all of us. Plus, efforts to save the decreasing walleye population at a popular Minnesota lake. But first, lawmakers unveil a bill that would legalize gay marriage.
Freedom and love, democracy are all strengthened by taking this step.
Marriage is uniquely between a man and a woman.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. If the Minnesota legislature passes the bill, same-sex couples would be able to legally tie the knot in Minnesota this August.
But opponents of gay marriage are not giving up without a fight. KARE 11 political reporter John Croman has more from the Capitol tonight. John?
Well, you might call it the worst-kept secret of the session, that a gay marriage bill would be thrown in the hopper. And when it happened today, it was clear that from a messaging standpoint, we will see a replay of the rhetoric from the 2012 election. The Vote No folks, fresh from defeating a constitutional ban on same-sex marriage, have taken it to the next dimension. Was not at the news conference today, but over in the wings we saw Pat Anderson, the former state auditor and member of the Republican National Committee, who says she does support the same-sex marriage bill. So here we go. Reporting live from the Capitol, John Croman.
Thank you, John.
Well, there's a meeting going on right now near Garrison in which the DNR is explaining the plan to limit walleye fishing on Mille Lacs later this year.
We need it. We need it very much so. We're overfished. If we continue to overfish the lake, we have nothing to fish for.
Scientists determined that the walleye population has dropped too much, so the harvest of fish has been cut in half for this year. A Washington County Sheriff's deputy is accused of stealing drugs from the department's prescription medication drop-off bin. According to the criminal complaint, Ricky Gruber was caught on camera last month taking the drugs from a locked cabinet, and additional pills were found in his truck. Officials say he was not supposed to have access to the bin.
Contract talks will resume tomorrow between Twin Cities security officers and their employers. 2,000 security officers with SEIU Local 26 went on a one-day strike today. They've been without a contract since December 31st. The companies they work for provide security for Target, Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bank.
Another controversial topic at the state capitol today, minimum wage. A House panel heard testimony on a bill to raise the state's minimum wage from $6.15 to $10.55 an hour. Supporters say the move will stimulate the economy by putting more money in the pockets of low-income consumers. Opponents say it will be bad for businesses.
In a tough economy, higher prices, which would be the likely result of a higher minimum wage, make it more difficult for businesses to thrive.
Minimum wage increases stimulate the economy by increasing consumer spending without adding to state and federal budget deficits.
The last time the state raised the minimum wage was 2005. It went up by $1. The federal minimum wage is $7.25, which many workers in the state now receive. Well, a lot of people still buzzing about last night's huge Gopher basketball win.
The Gophers took down #1 Indiana. This was the scene at the barn last night after the Gophers beat the Hoosiers 77-73. Fans rushed the court as the final seconds ticked off to celebrate the win. Sports director Eric Perkins is back at the barn tonight via the fan van.